Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed, a brand new day. Wherein, just like everybody else, while I'm still 9,000 steps ahead where I used to be, with all the pressures that's going on in the world, yeah, my mental health is suffering as well. I mean, I watched this one fellow who's called Bo of the Fifth Column. He's a Florida resident. He's been really big on what to do and his interpretations of politics, and it's really, really good stuff. But even he is saying, yeah, I am a hermit. I'm basically a hermit, big time, and this has even taken a toll on me now. And so, yeah, I mean, this whole thing with social distancing and staying away from other people, yeah, it's destroyed lives, it's ruined businesses, it's put a strain on the entire world. But if we don't do it, it's so much worse. We've lost 500,000 people in the U.S. So, anyway though, with the world outside, it is bright and, well, I can't say sunny in southern Shelton, but the sun is going to be shining, and that's a good thing. So we're getting close to daylight savings, spring forward, fall back, so yay. And of course, what more? Daily, well, I just did the weather report. I slept pretty good last night, and that's a good thing. I didn't feel all that good during the day, mentally and such, but with my lack of cash right now, I really have to ration what cannabis intake I have, and so I took very little during the day. And it's a natural antidepressant, and it does all sorts of good things, and when you hurt, you feel worse, and when you feel worse, you hurt. And so that's a nice spiral. But before I went to bed, I took one of my last few candies so that would last as I slept. And I took some concentrate, and I was able to sleep. And that was excellent. I woke up. I came to full awareness right around 11:30. And 11:30? Right around 4:30. And then I just stayed in bed, uncomfortable, hurting, and mildly cold, but warmer than the outside world. So I stayed in bed till like 5:15ish. So thumbs up for that. Also, I've mentioned before, I watch John Wolfe do his video stuff, and he's been playing Bloodborne. I got to see details on some of the character models and stuff that I would not see if I were playing the game. He was playing against a boss. Half of his hour-long video was fighting this one boss over and over again. I got to see details in that battle that I would not have seen had I just been playing it, not watching it. It was a frightening and horrific monster. Its head was not really, head and face was not really a head and face. It was bits and parts that moved around. And so the parts that had its eyes moved, and then those parts would move as well as the eyes would move when it was looking at things. Very detailed. Incredibly awesome movements and such. What I had never seen. As the monster was rushing all around, and it had massive tentacles, and its head was bigger than you, and it's moving on this thick neck. As you are running around and struggling to fight, it not just they programmed it all so well, because they orient its head on you, and then the eyes focus on you. It doesn't just, move its head toward you with things moving. The eyes move to focus on your character. Oh my God. It was incredible. Thumbs up. Bloodborne is a terrifying game. I'm at level 77, so I'm fighting things that I should be fighting at level 30 and some, and having trouble because that's I'm older, my reflexes aren't that good. This hand does not work well because I had severed the nerve, and it just does not work well. So it's a lot of button pressing with a hand that doesn't do that stuff. So doing the best I can, though. It's a great game. Quite awesome. Quite terrifying. Thumbs up for that. Yeah. I do not have a lot of stuff to talk about, especially since, as I had mentioned, I didn't go out walkies, and I do a lot of my thinking when I go out walkies. But there is some stuff that I still want to talk about. I had, very frightening pain in my chest this morning. Problem is, with all of my skeletal issues, I have had bursitis in my shoulders, which is you have in your joints little sacs of lubrication. They're called bursa sacs. Well, not bursa sacs, but they're bursa. I have had bursitis in my shoulders, and I have had bursitis in just other parts of my body where that happens. And then I've had periodic arthritis pains through various things. I have had bursa and arthritis pains in my sternum for a long time, decades. So I had a very sharp, hard pain right here. But it wasn't deep or inside or over where my heart was. And generally, heart stuff with pain is like if you're having pressure, that's really bad. But this was like right here on the sternum itself, inside the sternum and where the joints are. And I had been moving my arm. So something on the inside with referred pain, or is it just arthritic / bursitis pain in my sternum? Let's hope it's just that, because I wanted to talk about, just because it's horrific and ghastly. I worked in healthcare for 15 years. The last year and some, because I was broken, I was on light duty and I wasn't really working with people in the capacity that I had been before. But for 14 years, I worked intimately with people, generally, for 13 of that I worked intimately with people in the gerontological section of nursing homes. I cared for old people. In the last year before I got broken entirely, I worked in the Medicare section, where people came from hospitals, we took care of them until they got better, then they went home. And that was nice because they got better and they went home. When you work on the gerontological side, the only time they leave is to go out for trips and in a body bag. So it's kind of nice to work in Medicare occasionally. But having worked in the old person section of it, I had to clean up a lot of corpses. I would say in my 13 years of that, it's at least 200 corpses I had to clean up. So let me tell you some of this stuff. When you can tell real quick when someone is alive or not, you don't really have to worry about, check for the pulse. Are they breathing? You can actually pretty much tell if someone's been dead for a while when you walk in. Dead people don't really look pale. American dead people, American Caucasian people especially, do not look pale when we die. Blood is a liquid, yes, and your blood will pool in the lower parts of your body after your body stops being alive. If you're lying flat, that means all the liquid will pool as much as it can in your back. So the lower parts of your body that are on the ground swell, because if you're here, everything is going to start pooling downward. And more than that, all the particles in your blood are affected by gravity too. So all the stuff that gives you your nice pink color for being alive, all that stuff just slides down through the veins and settles as lowest to the ground as it can. That doesn't leave you pale, especially if you have a little bit of weight, but even if you don't. That just exposes all the body fat you have under your skin. Body fat has a natural yellow color. So when you die, and it happens to every single one of us, all of the red coloring falls down to the lowest point in your body from gravity, and you look yellow and waxy. Not pale, not white if you're white, not whiter if you're not white, yellower. If you're of African descent, you're going to add yellow to that darker melanin. Yeah, I keep wanting to say melatonin. To the melanin in the skin, there's going to be a huge yellow color added to it. To every single body type and every single skin color, add a huge number of yellow, because you're not actually adding yellow, you're just subtracting the red. So if you find a family member or a stranger and they look yellow and waxy, don't bother. I mean, check for yourself. And who knows? There may be some magical thing where they could be kept alive. But if the blood has settled through gravity and they've got that yellowy color, they're gone. So it's not like in the movies. Plus, too, there is an immediate difference. When I have walked into rooms where someone has been gone, you can tell almost immediately, because we make little micro movements, little micro sounds that you cannot just hear consciously. I mean, you can if you make an effort. You can hear people breathing. You can hear rustling. You can hear stuff makes noise as you just live. When you walk into a room and it sounds like it's empty, you get to be able to tell. And that was one of the things. I could walk into a room and go, oh no. And then flip on the light and yeah, they were gone. So that's joyous, and I just thought I would thrill you with information on what happens after you personally stop living and your body begins to rot. Because as soon as you die, 9 out of 10 cells in your body are not you. They are not your cellular cells. Now, they're not huge, so they don't make a great part of us physically. But 9 out of 10 cells, living cells in your body, are not you. They're like gut flora and skin flora and other things that live within us that we need or we would not live. Immediately upon our bodies stopping living, all of those things that are still alive start using us as resources and food sources. So that's why there's a buildup of gases and such inside of the body after death. We also have a thing where as your body starts to die, all of its cells, as they die, that thing that it's released also causes further damage and others start to die around it. So it's a big cascading thing where, yeah, things go bad pretty quick. All meat does when it's unrefrigerated. I know I don't like to think about my own mortality, but I mean, especially at 58, there are people, men with money, that have access to health care that die before they're 70 from old age. Realistically, I've got about 12 years left, so realistically, my mortality keeps staring me in the face each time I look in the mirror. When I met my wife in 2001, I had a red beard. And I had a lot of color in my hair, and it was really thick. Biology for the win. What else do I have on this list here? Actually not a whole lot. So, cool. Definitely a thumbs up. And I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, indifferent. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can even remember what my own name is. So let me call up Chrome. We have William Goodwin, thumbs up and thank you. Andreas Oikonamu, thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you in the comments. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Hooded Phoenix, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl 29, good to see you in the comments as well. Parker Scheme, thumbs up. Isaacson Gaming, thumbs up and thank you. We have Billy Ware, greatly appreciated. James TQYLOR, thumbs up and thank you. Common Zens with a K and a Z, thumbs up. Bigfoot's Descendant, greatly appreciated. Linarez Osorto, thumbs up. James Field, greatly appreciated. And Kapaki, good to see you in the comments. By Ansgar, thumbs up. Colin Reisner, greatly appreciated. Oof oof, thumbs up. FPS Broomstick, he is back again, son of a gun. Let's see. Did I say Russian timing? Because Russian timing, thumbs up and thank you. If I have, then you now you have a second one. And then Melissa R, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. Ebony Farrell, greatly appreciated. Dana, thumbs up and thank you. Ricky Bettini with the daily reminder to live every day to its fullest. Illegal Use, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, here Chalky. Good to see you in the comments as well. Definitely a thumbs up. You all get me out of my head into the world dealing with real people, and that is a very good thing. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, God, I got the shakes bad this morning. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wish list link with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. A definite thumbs up. Shaking from lack of food. I'm out of food. I have spaghetti noodles with nothing else, and I have one serving of oatmeal, but I get paid on Tuesday, so I can eat, Wednesday. So I can eat on Wednesday. It's only a couple days. And of course, the horse head of encouragement has nothing but encouragement and love and appreciation for everything you do, for everyone on this planet. It has nothing but best wishes and goodness for all of us. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Good golly, Miss Molly. Good golly, Miss Molly. And try to stay as creative and safe as you can during these very hard times, because they are hard times. So, if you have to go out, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, and if you don't have to go out, please don't. It's hard on everybody, I know, but it's better than gasping out the end of your life on a respirator. So please, be safe. And you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.